Hi Jim, pop quiz. What's the most popular brand in Canada?
Is it CMO Digital?
Not quite. Let's talk about Canada's 5 most popular brands in 2014.
We'll be using ICA and Ipsos Reid's newest study to do just that.
We'll also talk about Bell's 4th annual Let's Talk campaign and how it's affecting their brand. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Fawn, President and Group Publisher at ITWC.
And I'm Jim Love, Chief Digital Officer at ITWC.
Keeping up with online marketing news and tactics can take hours.
That's why we bring you top marketing news and insights every week.
Welcome
to CMO Digital. ICA and Ipsos Reid survey thousands of Canadians every year to find the most influential brands in Canada. Brands are rated based on these 5 factors: corporate citizenship, engagement, leading edge, presence, and trustworthiness.
To see the full study on Canada's top 10 brands last year, find the link in the description below. Today we'll focus on the top 5 brands for 2014. You guessed it, at number 1 for the 3rd year in a row is our favorite search engine giant, Google.
Following at number 2 is Microsoft, which jumped up 1 spot from number 3 in 2013. Microsoft was the most influential brand in Canada back in 2011. It dropped to 2nd in 2012, 3rd in 2013, and back to 2nd for a comeback last year. And what accounted for that change? Microsoft tends to make a big splash and then go silent. I think we can see the impact of this on their brand. Last year, they made a lot of impact with their advertising and promotion of the Surface tablet. Now I wonder if they're going to do the same this year with Windows 10.
Facebook dropped 1 spot from 2nd in 2013 to 3rd last year. Its huge growth in just a few years is miraculous. In 2011, it was ranking at number 7 on this list. I think we all know why Facebook's brand suffered. In 2014, the company performed psychological experiments on users using web layout.
Apple was the 4th most influential brand last year. It's been in 4th place most years since the survey began. Apple jumped to 3rd place in 2012, and I think I know why. Apple co-founder Steve Jobs died in late 2011. 2012 was when the public was mourning his death. There was even a star-studded film about his life in the works, which was released in 2013.
YouTube ranked at number 5, but it's been climbing the list each year since the study began. In 2011, YouTube was the 9th most influential brand in Canada. In 2012, it jumped to 7th place and stayed there for 2013. Since its birth in 2005, it's morphed from a place where independent content creators could upload their short clips to a platform with hundreds of high-budget web shows and channels, ourselves included. Something tells me YouTube is going to stay in the top 5 from here on out, especially since it has Google backing it up.
Notice that the top 5 brands in Canada last year were all technology-based. However, there are some non-tech brands in the second half of the list, including Walmart and Tim Hortons. The same thing was true of last year's list.
Ipsos also named 3 brands that did not rank in the top 10, but jumped so far up the list they probably will next year. Netflix jumped from 36th to 18th. Twitter jumped from 40th to 24th, and LG jumped from 70th to 55th.
That was our breakdown of ICA and Ipsos Reid's top 10 list of most influential brands in Canada for 2014. Let us know why you think these brands ranked the way they did, and what brands you think will rank next year.
Now let's talk about Let's Talk. Last Wednesday, Bell hosted its 5th annual Let's Talk conversation to coincide with Mental Health Week. It's risky business for a brand to create a campaign about a cause that still makes a lot of Canadians uncomfortable.
According to Marketing Magazine, in just 5 years, Bell's Let's Talk campaign to raise money for mental health organizations has become one of the biggest and most discussed marketing initiatives in Canada. In 2015, Bell counted 50 million texts, tweets, and calls about their campaign. In the 5 years Let's Talk has run, they've donated $65,500,000 in total. Every year this campaign runs, Bell sees a 14% increase in messages sent. So, a big shout out to my friend Mary Walsh, spokesperson for the Let's Talk campaign. Her honesty and courage are like her characters, bigger than life. Now, let's see what Canadian marketer Brian's shout out goes to this week.
Our shout out this week goes to Franz Fontaine, the Vice President of Strategic Development at CVibes. Franz has 12 years of experience in the media agency industry, and now he's joined CVibes to help it expand with a new office in Toronto. CVibes moves ads on Twitter that are contextually relevant in an interesting way. It targets people based on the TV shows they're talking about and what brands they're engaging with. So if for some reason you want to target people who watch Doctor Who and drive an Audi, you can do that with C-Vibes. Do you want to be featured in a shout-out? Well, then let us know. Shoot us a tweet at CMO Digital.
Thanks, Brian. That's it for this week. I'm Fawn.
And I'm Jim Luck. See you next week. That wraps up this episode of CMO Digital. If you like the program, follow us at CMO Digital for marketing news all week long.
You can listen to this week's episode on iTunes or read the corresponding article on itbusiness.ca under CMO Digital.